Hi guys, it's here, it's here, it's here. You know what I'm talking about. The Discagenda Diva by Dokibook. I think my life is now complete. I've been waiting for this for 3 weeks since it shipped, and in fact I pre-ordered it on the 21st of January, so I've actually been sort of waiting for it for 4 weeks. For some reason there was a shipping delay. It seems like it got caught in the Chinese New Year holidays. Dokibook was really fantastic about it because there was no tracking information for 3 weeks. There were no updates. So I was just like, what happened to it? And I was seeing that people were getting them in the US like within 5 or 6 days. I was like, where is mine? And they were really nice and explained. And apparently, I'm just mentioning this for those of you who live in Europe in case this might be useful, because it was very useful information to me. Apparently, Dokibook doesn't like to send orders to Europe via DHL because they're outrageous customs charges. And that is very interesting because I think that explains why the customs charges for Hobonichi is always so high, because they send it by, I don't know if it's DHL, but it's some express service. So I thought that was quite useful because when this did finally arrive, so there was no tracking information for 3 weeks. It just kept saying in transit. And then finally today it said it was out for delivery. And I was like, what? And then it came, and here it is. So it's like a dream. And the best thing is that I didn't have to pay any customs fees at all. So that was awesome. And well worth the wait because I've been able to look forward to it for all this time, and now it's here. So without further ado, let's open it. I have just cut the top, but I haven't looked inside. So I thought that it would be good to do an unboxing of this so that you can see what it looks like when you open it at the same time as me. So first of all, there are these stickers which they sent because, sorry, trying to do this without knocking things over. I'll just take this out of the box. So inside the cardboard box, and I really like that it comes in a cardboard box without a lot of plastic, well, any plastic really except the packing tape. So when you take it out of the box, then you get this smaller box, which is really nice, and outside of the box is the single Dokibook punch, and then you get these stickers which you can use to cover the 2016 January and February dates, because it's obviously the middle of February. So that was really nice of them. I thought that was a very nice touch, so you don't have to leave those kind of that month and a half unused. Although I will definitely be getting 2017 inserts for this because I love it so very much. So now let's look inside the box itself. This is a really nice box, by the way. So it has this cover that slides off. It's kind of a similar design to the other Dokibook boxes, but it's Discagenda, and it's got this little logo. I love this. I love the design. I love everything about this. And here is the Diva. So I have been dreaming of this moment for so long, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you. This is my beautiful disc-bound unicorn. I really think like this is the planner of my dreams. I'm so excited. Aside from Hobonichi, obviously. Hobonichi is also the planner of my dreams, but I just think this one has like sort of everything that I could ever have dreamed of. If I could have invented or designed a disc-bound planner, it would look exactly like this. So let's take this off and see what it looks like. I can't believe that I'm actually seeing it in person. Like, honestly, I've just been imagining this moment and, you know, watching the other unboxings and thinking, I can't really imagine that I will ever be like sitting here unboxing this. So here I am. It's a dream come true. So I went for the elastic version. There are two versions. There's a snap closure, which looks more like, you know, it's like the standard, like this type of snap, and the elastic closure. And for me, it was a really easy decision because I love elastic closures, and my other Dokibooks that I have elastic closures, and I think that they're fantastic. I'm not really a fan of the snap. So there was, I think, some concern about the color not being the same, like not matching the rose gold. This is rose gold. It's kind of coming up a bit more pink than it is. I mean, it looks a little bit pink in real life, but like definitely rose gold. And for some reason, on the screen, this looks more yellow, but it's actually not. In real life, it's kind of like a rose goldy pink. It's not metallic like this, but it's a good match. It's a really perfect match. So if you have any concerns about that because of the way it comes up on camera, I wouldn't worry about it. It somehow looks like it doesn't match, but it does, if that makes sense. So the outside looks like this. This is what the side looks like. It doesn't have any branding, any labels on here. And then you've just got the back here with the back of the strap. Just really, really beautiful. And it feels nice and substantial. It feels that kind of weighty, but not too heavy. It just has a really nice feel. In terms of size, I'll just show it to you in comparison with another Dokibook A5 planner. So it's a little bit bigger than this royal purple A5 Dokibook, which is a ring planner. So I think that that's because it has to accommodate for the disc bound system inside. And then if we compare it to my Hobonichi cousin, you can see it's a little bit bigger as well. So slightly bigger than A5, but pretty similar. On the other hand, if we compare it to the Happy Planner, it's a little bit smaller. So it's actually almost exactly the same size as the Happy Planner cover. So obviously the inserts are going to be smaller than the Happy Planner inserts. So let's open it. I'm so excited to see what the insides look like. Okay, so here we have, oh, it's so beautiful. Wow, like it looks just like it does in the pictures. It just is every bit as stunning. So if you like the pictures, you're definitely going to like it in real life. So first of all, we've got these awesome pockets. I really, really love the Dokibook pocket configurations. That's one of my favorite things about them. I think they have like the best pockets. So you have a secretarial pocket here, and the inside is pink, if you can see that. It's like a very smooth fabric, maybe nylon or something. And then the inside here is white, and it says Discagenda Diva here. And then you've got all of these amazing pockets. So you have one like big pocket that goes all the way down, and then you've got a bit of a space, and then you've got another 3 pockets that are shallower. And then you have this cute little pouch that opens with a snap. And I think that's really cool. I've never seen that on another planner. And I really, really like these pockets because they're completely finished. And this is something I've mentioned before, that a lot of times with Filofax pockets, you get like kind of slits, and you know, they're not sewn, and they're just like kind of yeah, unfinished, not rough, but just not finished. Whereas this is just beautifully sewn, really, really nice attention to detail, the same amazing rose gold. You can see how shimmery it is. Just, oh, it's just, it is a work of such transcendent wonder and beauty. Like, I can't believe it. So then if we move on to the discs, something else that I really, really like about this in comparison to most of the other disc-bound planners is that the discs are metal. I think that's so cool, instead of plastic. For one thing, because, you know, it's better for the environment and they'll last longer. And also I think it just has a nicer feeling. It just doesn't feel plasticky because it's metal. And if you can see here, they have this really nice detail, how there's a circle cut out, so they're hollow. But I like this better than the heart on the Happy Planner. I'm trying not to compare this too much to the Happy Planner because I'll do a separate video comparing them side by side. But I really like the circle. I think it looks elegant and beautiful, and it's just so nice. And it's the same rose gold color as the outside, so it's just, again, like incredible attention to detail. And then you get this hard plastic cover, which I like because this is not laminated, and you know, if you've seen my other videos, that I'm not a fan of laminated covers. So this is nice because it's like a dashboard. It's like the Dokibook dashboards if you have one of those. So it's a lot thicker and sturdier than a Filofax flyleaf, say. It's just, you can see it's really thick plastic, so this will last. And the great thing about Dokibook is that they make inserts for this, so you don't have to buy the whole thing every year and get rid of the plastic. You can just buy the inserts and keep this, because your discs and the dividers and this flyleaf will last a really, really long time. So underneath you have this really cool feature, which I wasn't sure from looking at it in the pictures and other people's videos what exactly it would be like. So this is really cool. It's two pieces of paper. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be stuck together or not. I've just unstuck them. But you've got this top one, which is, this feels like plastic to me. So it's not paper, it's like a kind of matte plastic on this side and then shiny on this side. And it's got these cut out heart designs. And then underneath you have this gold foil sheet, which is paper, but it's this beautiful gold foil. So you get this nice contrasting effect. And what's really cool about it is that you could replace this. So if you had another color or a design or something that you wanted to put on that was A5, you could punch it with the punch and then put it under here, and then you would have that instead. Let me see if I can find anything that would be good to try. Let's see, for just for example, to illustrate, I'll just take this sheet out of the Happy Planner. So obviously the Happy Planner is a different size. The inserts are bigger, so you wouldn't be able to do this without cutting it back down, but just to show you what it would look like, so you could have a totally different pattern. So I think that's really cool. Although I love the gold, I would definitely be keeping the gold because I like the way this looks, but it's just nice that you could do something different with it to change it up a bit if you wanted to. Then we get to personal information. So it's a really nice font. This is something else that I like just from looking at the photos. I really like the font and the whole design. So we have, first of all, it says this planner belongs to, then name, address, home phone, mobile, email, and blood type. I've never seen that on anything else. I don't even know what my blood type is. And then it has emergency contact, name, phone, and relation. And I really like these little icons. So this is like your information, and this is your kind of like emergency information. And so you have this, I like the color scheme too. There's a like kind of teal, turquoisey, blue, and pink. And then on the other side of that, you've got a yearly calendar for 2016 and a yearly calendar for 2017. So it's pretty plain, like sans serif font. Starts on Sundays, which is interesting. This is, I think, the only time I've ever seen that in a planner that wasn't designed in North America. And 2016 is a kind of teal, and then 2017 is purple, the month names. And I really like the color choices again. It's just so beautiful. And then you also get 2018. The paper is 120 GSM, which is like a really nice thick paper quality. It's matte, so it kind of feels, I'd say, similar to the Happy Planner paper maybe, in that it's not like a sort of, you know, smooth, like really soft paper. It's matte, but it's like a nice thick good quality paper, so I really like that. Then we get to the first divider. So this is January, and it has these nice gold and white gold polka dots on a white background. And I think it's really cool how the dividers are top tabs for the first 5 months, and then the rest of them are side dividers. So you get this cool effect where you've got dividers going all the way around. I've never seen that before. There's just so many really amazing, unique style and design decisions that went into this that I've never seen anywhere else that I think are really cool. Okay, and then I'm so excited to see the monthly layout. So you get this sheet, which is again kind of like the sheet that you get in the Happy Planner before the month starts, that kind of lists what it gives you space to list what's going on in that month. So you get special occasions with a wine icon, goals with a little like bullseye, remember, and birthdays. And there are some little checklists. So with goals, it's got hearts, and then with remember, it's got stars. And I think that this is so nicely done. I just love this planner. I knew that I would just from seeing the pictures, but in person, it's just like even better. So at the top, you have a 3 monthly overview with the current month, or like the month that's just about to start, in the middle, and it's in a box. And then you have the previous month and the following month. And I really like this, how it's like kind of open enough that it's sort of, it's flexible enough that you can do what you want with it, but it also sort of gives you a bit of guidance. So it's quite nice, I think, that you have all this space for goals and like things to remember. So what I'm thinking of doing with this, as I mentioned before, is that we're going to make this into our like kind of total home planner, James and I. And so it would be useful to have these things as well, because these are things that like we both want to keep in mind, and stuff like that. Then you go into the, sorry, I'm skipping ahead there, your month on 2 pages. And it's again the same kind of matching font and color scheme that you had for the personal information pages. And I really like all of this. I like the fact that it has color, but the color is kind of understated. So it's not like really, really in your face and distracting, but it just adds a very nice, beautiful feel to the whole thing, so that if you don't want to decorate, you don't have to, and you've already got some nice color. But if you do want to, it depends, I guess, on how you decorate, but I don't feel like this would get in the way at all. So it's again a Sunday start, which I find confusing. I like a Monday start, but that's fine because it's so beautiful. So Sundays are in red, and then you have the weekdays in blue, and then Saturday is green. So I really like that. I just like the way it looks. And then you have a purple note section on the side, which is also really nice. And there is a bit of space between each box. So you might be losing out on a little bit of room, but I think it's fine. The boxes are big enough. If, let's say we compare them to the monthly boxes in my cousin, just so you can get an idea, I'd say they're a bit smaller than the boxes in the cousin, but not by a huge amount. So this is where the cousin starts, and it goes up a little bit more, but not a gigantic amount. And the page size for the inserts is A5. So if you compare this to, let's see, this is an A5 Happy Scrappy insert here, and you can see, just take this out. This is the thing I really love about discbound planners, how it's just so easy to remove pages if you want to and put them back in. So you can see that it's identical. It's exactly the same size as the Happy Scrappy insert. So it's a true A5, which is why the Happy Planner inserts won't fit in this, because I've seen people speculating about that. And so they definitely won't. There's no way. You'd have to cut down quite a bit. But like, these inserts are so nice. I love them. So every date is in a like kind of little dewdrop, which is a really nice touch. And these, because the boxes are white, the dewdrops are blue. And for these, because for the weekends, because the boxes are colored, the dewdrops are white, and the numbers are in the same color as the boxes. So really, really nice. And then we get into the weekly spread. So this is a vertical week on 2 pages, which I really like. That's my favorite layout. And this is very similar to the Erin Condren or Happy Planner layout, but it's got a nice touch. So it starts on Monday, which is the thing, I find that really odd. But this is the same, again, as the Happy Planner and Erin Condren. So it's like following in that style, that the monthlies start on Sunday, but the weeklies start on Monday. So you've got Monday through Sunday, and then again, Saturday is green and Sunday is pink, which I really like. And you've got the same purple space for notes that you do on the monthly spread. And then the thing that I think is really cool about this is, instead of having morning, afternoon, evening, you have 3 boxes and they've got little icons. So this one has a sunrise, this one has a blazing sun, and this one has a moon. So I think that that's a really nice way of doing it, because again, it's very understated. So if you didn't want to use this, you could just ignore them or cover them up. But because they're icons, they don't really affect anything that much. They're not that distracting. So I think that we are going to use this section as a meal tracker, for which having morning, afternoon, and evening is perfect. So I'm really happy to leave them as they are. But if you wanted to use them for different things, they're just pictures. So it doesn't really matter that much. So, you know, if you wanted to have like work, home, and to-dos, or, you know, something else like that, you could totally do it like that. So the other thing that it has is that it gives you, obviously it starts at the beginning of the week, so it gives you the end of the previous month, and that's kind of, it's in blue, but it's sort of like a bit paler. It's like grayed out but blue. So that's what your weeks look like. I really, really like this. Then we get to the second divider. So this is February and it has hearts, I guess for Valentine's Day. And then you've got the same thing. So the same color scheme. The color scheme doesn't change, and that's really nice. I quite like that because you sort of, I don't know, you know what to expect. I like it when the color scheme changes as well, like in the Happy Planner, but I really like this. So let's see how they deal with the end of the month. So this is the 28th, and I love this. So this is something that really, really bugs me about a lot of planners that have the months followed by the week. So you have month, week, is that often if, like say here, the last day of February is a Monday, so you wouldn't have it. Your month would end with like the 28th, and then you'd have to go behind the next tab, behind the March tab, to find the last day of February, and like that really drives me crazy. So this is the way that I would do it. Like again, if I were designing this, I would do it exactly like this. This is perfect. So they give you the whole week, and you've got this is the end of March. So this the beginning of March. So this is all grayed out, but you still have it there. And then you have the exact same thing under the March tab, which I have skipped. This is the March tab. So a really nice geometric, this like kind of zigzag pattern. So you have exactly the same spread, but instead Monday the 29th of February is grayed out. So I love that because it means that wherever you are, you have the whole week. And I think that that's the best way of doing it. And I'm assuming that the planners that don't do it like that, it's to save paper or just to save on duplication so that you don't have essentially the same spread twice. But I just think it's much less confusing to have it like this so that you've got your entire month together, and then you can decide whether you want to write stuff for the 29th of February under the March tab or under the February tab. I would personally rather write it under the February tab and then go on to March and, just leave that blank. I think that that's really, really convenient. And then at the end of the month, you've got a page here for reflections and notes. So just half a page for each. And this is shaded in purple. It's really, really pretty. And this is the same like kind of nice turquoisey blue. So let's just look at the rest of the tabs. So you have this monthly reflection page at the end of every month. And then again, you've got your whole month, whether or not the week finishes in the middle. Whether or not the month finishes in the middle of the week. April is beautiful. So it's just really nice. I love these gold, like these are all gold foil. This is, if you can see it shining, I'm not sure how well that's picking up. There, you can see that. It's like proper gold foil. It's beautiful. I really, really like these patterns. So that's April. And then we have the last top tab, May. This is a cool one. I like all of these. June. July, it's like a honeycomb. August, stars. I really like all of these designs, and I think it's so nice how it's all coordinating. So it's like everything is gold, rose gold, and this like kind of green, blue, purple, pink. It's just, these are all of my favorite colors. So I think it looks really nice together and it's extremely aesthetically pleasing. September, October, really like this one. November, leaves, and December is snowflakes. So like again, I like how in the designs there is some attention paid to the kind of northern hemisphere sort of, seasonal things like the leaves for November, but it's not too much. It's very I keep thinking it's understated. That's my word for this. Really, really beautiful. And if we go to the end of December, we have the notes and reflections page, and then you have contacts. So you have name, address, mobile, email, home, and birthday. And there are 2 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like eight pages, 4 sheets. And then we get a recipes collection, and I really like this little design here. So you have a sheet for a recipe, so it's got difficulty, yumminess, how many it serves, and cooking time, and then ingredients, hints and tips, nutritional value, and photos. And for us, this would be really good because one of the main uses of this is going to be as a like meal tracker and planner. So I really like this. I don't know whether or not you can get any more of these separately. They're not up on the Dokibook website as of yet, but it could be that they will be available as a separate extension packet. I'm not sure, because you get three of them. So that's really nice, but it's actually something that would be good to have available separately, because I could see that being useful. And then you have instructions. So each recipe has the recipe page and then another page for instructions for the recipe. And then you've just got some blank note pages here that are lined, and it's all in blue. And then you have some to-do lists, and I love the to-do lists. So the to-do lists are purple with heart checklists, and you get 4 of them. So that's really nice. So it would be cool if all of this stuff is available separately as expansion packets, which would make sense. So I don't know if it's going to be, but it seems like it might be. And then you get this hard plastic like back cover here. And then there is a sheet which is supposed to help you align your pages to put in the Dokibook punch. So I've seen a couple of demos of this. So I'm not exactly sure if I will be doing it right. So don't take my word for this, because I have to experiment with it, because I haven't, obviously I'm just opening it now. But I think you put the corners of the pages in these little corner things so that you know that it's like kind of held in place. And if it's not A5, then you kind of have to move it along until it fits in here. And this sort of holds it in place. And then you see how there are these little hearts. So you have this lined up, and then you get the punch, and then you put this in. I hope I'm not going to like make a big mess of this, but this is just for illustration. And then there's like a little plastic thing at the top of the punch that you want to be lined up with the point of the heart, and then you'll know that you're punching evenly. So you see that has now punched in the right place, and now I could put this in. Ta-da! So obviously I'd have to do the rest of them. There are 8 rings, 8 discs here. So it's a little bit labor intensive. It's not the sort of thing that you'd want to, like punch a whole entire planner and put it in here if you're thinking of doing that, although you totally could. But I think that this is really, really nice, because this is the only discband system that I know of that just comes with a punch. So otherwise, like, you're kind of stuck and you have to use a normal hole punch and then cut slit. So it's really nice just to have this, because if you just want to like quickly punch a single page and put it in, you have this and you don't have to pay extra for it, and it just comes included. So I think that's great. Then we get to the back. So I'll just show you how this comes. So this is like another hard plastic clear flyleaf. So you could actually just take this out and carry it on its own if you wanted to. It's completely protected and it looks really nice. It looks totally legit. You could just carry this on its own. And these feel quite sturdy, I think, because they're made out of metal, and maybe because this is hard plastic, you can pick it up like that and it's totally fine. So I wouldn't have any concerns about taking this out on its own, but why would you want to when it looks so awesome inside this? But I think it's nice that you have that option. So it just slides in here, and then you have this back pocket here which goes all the way down, and then you also have this, obviously, which you could use as another pocket. And then one of my all-time favorite things about Dokibook, and there are many, is that you have this really, really nice elasticized pen loop that will like basically fit any pen. This is like by far the best pen loop that I have ever encountered. So obviously it will fit smaller pens like this, but it will fit, this is like a sort of chunkier mechanical pencil, so it fits that with no problem. And then, getting even more elaborate, this is a 0.7 friction pen, which it fits with no problem. This is a Pilot Metropolitan, like, absolutely no problem. This is getting a bit chunkier, but that's completely fine. And then, let's see, this is like the most gigantic pen that I have. So this is a 4-barrel friction erasable pen. Well, yeah, friction. And it's got this like silicone grip here. So this never fits in anything. And look, it fits. So because of the silicone, it kind of gets a bit stuck, but that's not because it's too small. You just have to like kind of pull it over the silicone and then it fits. So this is like the only pen loop that I've ever known that will fit one of these. So this is even bigger than the 0.7 friction pens with the pen grip, which already don't fit in most pen loops that I know of. So there you have it. And in terms of turning, things turn really easily on the discs. So that's not a problem at all. I think that like the disc brand system is really, really well designed. This is a year and it's quite thick. So you can see that the discs here are pretty full. So the Pen Pixie mentioned this in one of her great reviews of this, which I'll link down below, is that if you wanted to put other stuff in, like if you wanted to put additional sections in, you would probably have to take out some of these inserts, so you just have like half the year in it and then your other stuff. I think that I'm going to leave this as it is and use the monthly spreads for planning, so for our joint scheduler, because we don't have a huge amount of joint stuff going on that we need to plan, and then use the weekly spreads for meal planning. But I will see, I'll work out exactly what to do with it, and then I'll give you an update. So I hope that this was useful to you. If you are considering the Discagenda Diva and you wanted to know more about it, I hope that this was helpful. I would say if you have a feeling that you might like it, that you almost definitely will, because it's awesome and it's everything that it sort of promises to be from the photos in the description and more. I'm just completely in love with it. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any more questions about it, and I will be back soon with another video. Bye.